Jesus.
To God be the glory.
You got a lot going on, huh?
Okay, that's enough of that. I'm tired of trouble don't last always. Thank you, Jesus. It don't last always. Hey, what's up, everybody? I am glad to be back in California. And the crew is together tonight. Come on, Wayne and Brenda, say what's up to the good people in Real Talk, man.
Hey,
Hello, everybody.
Turn this up
Good
closer.
to be back with y'all.
Yeah. Glad to be in the service.
Don't do it.
Glad to be in the service. You know, he used to come down the aisle, walking down the aisle, 1 foot at a time. You didn't have to let me live.
Woo! We still sing that. How about that? We be glad to be in the service. Yes.
Okay. Hey, y'all. Listen, y'all. We got 30 minutes because Pastor Ivy is coming on for part 2. We're getting ready for the Preach Hers Bowl next Sunday in the beautiful city of Oakland. Y'all, it's a whole lot going on. I've been gone for 5 days. There's been a whole lot going on. Wayne was on a mini vacation. He takes a lot of vacations, but I guess when you retired and
He ain't retired.
he didn't retire off a couple of jobs. When you're retired and old, you can do whatever you want to do. He gonna get me for that one, y'all. He trust me, he gonna get me.
Oh my God.
Hey y'all, hey Mama Blake, hey Mama Jane, hey everybody for watching. Listen, we're so glad you guys watch. Hey Jeanette, hey my friend Carol, what's up everybody? Faye, Idea, hey Miss Mary, hey everybody for watching. Would y'all please go ahead, share this on your pages and send this to your friends and have them share it on your page because y'all need to hear. Well, hey Bishop Millican, hey, we glad to have y'all. Let me come on over to Marty Peters' page. Let me see y'all over there. Y'all got to hear what we got to say tonight. Y'all got to hear. Brenda been getting threatened. Y'all better leave my sister alone. Now we from the streets. Now y'all better quit playing. Mm-hmm.
They strategizing. I'm telling you, you're stirring up the Pelicans. That's what you're doing.
So what you so scared for? Because she said it ain't gonna be no damn recall. That was her exact words.
Well, they didn't think enough signatures were going to be acquired. Now they're concerned that they may have it on time. So they're gonna bring in the okie doke on the people. Now they're gonna bring in the state law to try to circumvent what's been going on.
Yeah, but we gonna circumvent that too, because that's not going into effect till March of next year. If it's put on the ballot, it's not going to be voted on till next year.
Yeah,
so we've already started getting signatures. You feel
a lot of signatures in 1 week.
A lot of signatures, and I've been out personally. I was out. Let me tell you where I was, y'all. I was at the AM/PM in West Oakland earlier this week. The people from Montclair drove all the way from Montclair to West Oakland to the AM/PM to sign the petition.
I bet you didn't get no cease and order to leave either, huh?
No.
Exactly.
They actually signed the petition too. The people that run the AM/PM.
That's Crazy Joe's local store. So.
Oh yeah, it was interesting. You know, a lot of people wanted information. You know, if I saw somebody mulling around, I'd ask them, "Do you want some information about the recall?" And they'll say, "Yeah, well, I don't understand. You know, blah blah whatever." But today, I was at the Grand Lake Farmers Market.
Okay.
I was there. That was interesting. We was there for a long time. We got quite a few signatures. But then I got the crazies. You know what I mean?
They came down there too?
Wait a minute. The lady, she ran up and snatched all our signs and she ran and threw them in a garbage can. And the old lady that was with us, Miss Maggie, she ran after her too. I was cracking up. Yeah, she folded them. She bent them up and put them in the garbage can.
Listen, listen, y'all. You free to talk. You free to cap on us. You free to do anything you want to say about us. You more than welcome to say about us. But let me tell you something. You better not put your hands on us. Because you're going to see some Christians out there acting real Christ-like. Because the Bible says, watch, fight, and pray.
I had a couple of people walk up on me. Walk up on me. It wasn't really in their best interest to do that. I had to tell a few, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to argue with you. Whatever you feel is fine. You go on, but I'm not going to argue with you about my point. It's all public safety. You know, well, you know, she's doing a good job. Okay, well, you can keep going. You know, and one man, he came out like 4 times. I said, check this out. You got one more time to walk up on me, and I'm calling a few people. I done told you what I had to say. You know, well, I need to understand why she's doing what she's doing. You need to ask her. I'm gonna tell you why I'm doing what I'm doing. I mean, he came like 5 times, and I was like, dude, please don't walk up on me no more, or I'm about to call somebody. Don't walk up on me. And he all loud and carrying on, and you this blood. It's really not that serious. It's not that serious. And if you have to do all that, if you got to defend, we had attorneys walk over and talk to us. I had a public defender or whatever prosecutor, whatever he was. He walked over to me and told me how he wasn't for the recall. I said, that's fine. You don't have to be for the recall because I really didn't ask you if you wanted to sign. I asked you, did you want more information? And he went on to talk about, the young people, because whoever deals with the felons, he's one of them. And so he was talking about, he does juvenile court and, they have mental issues. I said, check this out. Everybody ain't crazy. Y'all need to stop it. Don't say everybody has mental issues. No, how many people in Oakland had an excellent childhood? Let's stop with that. Cut it out. They need service. It's services out there. So why aren't y'all getting them services? I mean, what's going on here? I said, are you dealing with murderers? Let's talk about the murderers. So you feel it's okay for murderers to be put back on the street? Well, do you feel they need to be tried as adults? I said, if they kill 3 or 4 people, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
They're menace to
society. Absolutely.
They shoot like an adult, they get treated like an adult.
Yeah.
Y'all run here acting like adults, be treated like an adult, but then that's when you want to act a baby, and then this is when adults want to come babying youth and children and juveniles. When you done killed 2 or 3 people, when you done drove by and done multiple shootings, when you've hit people, when you drove by, no. You want to act like an adult, you want to act like an adult, you want to act like an adult, then handle life like an adult. So we got a little ahead. So let's go ahead and tell y'all. This part 1 today is 2 parts. Part 2 will be with Pastor Ivy next at about 6:45, 7 o'clock, somewhere around in there. Mm-hmm. And the recall petitions are out. The recall petitions are out. We have thousands of signatures already within 1 week. We have signatures out. And Brenda is the number 1 name that's on the recall list. Chris Chan Charles Chan is the second name on the list. I endorse it and I support it. Let me tell you my reasons why I endorse and support the recall. As previously stated, these juveniles are doing a whole bunch of crime, and they continue to do crime because the books are not thrown at them. There are no harsh punishments for them. Therefore, they continue to behave in the same manner and the same posture, and they keep repeatedly doing the same crimes over and over. They put the word out. We've heard. They know that if they mess up, if they commit a felony, if they commit a murder, they know that only a slap at the finger, not the wrist, at the finger is all the time that they're going to get. And so we have a DA who refused to prosecute these boys, and they refuse messing up somebody's name. They refuse to she refused to prosecute these fellas. So your car keep getting bipped, home invasions keep going on, murders keep occurring, and nothing is done about it because they know they're going to be out. The most they probably going to get is a year, 2 years, they're going to be out. It's going to be business as usual. Also, my reason for supporting this recall is because it is a whole lot of victims of violent crimes, families have gotten no closure. They've been asking for meetings with the DA. They've been asking for their voices to be heard. And to me, if you haven't lost a child, you wouldn't know how they feel. But at our town hall a couple of weeks ago, I saw the frustration, the anger, and the tears in their voices, in their posture, in their mannerisms. They're in such pain because they're not getting any closure. And their child's case is not being handled correctly. So therefore, I stand with my brothers and sisters. It's not all blacks. It's not all Asians. It's not all whites. It's not all Latinos. It's all different backgrounds and walks of lives that are in support of this recall. And I stand in solidarity and support of the recall. I'm not speaking for Victory Baptist Church. I'm not speaking for the Baptist Ministers Union. I'm speaking for myself, Martin Ray Peters. I endorse this recall. Come on, Wayne and Brenda. I want to explain.
Well, exactly. And I think you hit all the key points, just that the key reason for me is how misguided this progressive agenda is becoming. There, we talk about wanting justice reform. We talk about criminal reform. We talk about giving youth and adults fair trial, fair share, and all that kind of stuff. I get all that. But when you use the stats and the criminality of these young people just to get money for your agenda, I'm not down for that. And I think the progressive movement has become distorted, and it is being clouded by the rhetoric that's being disseminated by not only in Alameda County but across the state of California. If you go and do your research on all the progressive movements in the state, it is happening all over, where these kinds of DAs are refusing to prosecute crimes and reducing sentences for young people and adults who are committing heinous crimes. That's not criminal reform. I don't care what they call it. That's not criminal reform. And so if we're going to stand by criminal reform, let's do it right. We got to have police chiefs involved. We got to have DAs involved with police chiefs. We got to have the city councils involved. We can't just be a small band of people who's in power who want to pass laws just to push their agenda, and that's crazy. So I'm totally down with this recall, because Pamela Price is one of those DAs who is running amok, and you can't have 3 and 4 district attorneys leave your staff and say they all crazy. That's no.
34.
Wayne, hold on, Brenda, hold on 1 second. What did you say, Wayne? You can't have 3 or 4.
Yeah.
How about over 30 DAs have left Alameda County because they refuse to work with DA Pamela Price? Let's get that right.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just using that.
That's the other reason. All 30 of them educated DAs cannot be crazy.
Yeah.
And so on the petition where she did her response, she has where she assigned a DA to the police department. So on Sunday, when we had our signing, the DA walked up to me and she said, oh, look at the petition. She said, right here where it says she assigned a DA to the police department, she said, that'll be me. I resigned 3 days ago. So you can check that off your list because she don't have that.
Wow. It's interesting that Mayor Tao said that, justice and safety is a priority on her list. And so if that's the case, then how can you support this kind of distortion in criminal prosecution? I mean, how do you as a mayor agree with allowing criminals to be put back on the street in your city?
In your city,
and you're touting and promoting and advocating that your administration is about justice and safety. She just said that at her late State of the City address.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what she said. And how that's going to be the one of the top tier issues on your list, and you have no chief of police to partner with, and refuse to bring the one back who has championed that.
Well, That ain't gonna happen.
No, I know that. She ain't gonna back.
She vehemently said
It's cheaper to keep. It's cheaper to keep her. Somebody might need to tell her that it's cheaper to keep him. Yeah, suck it up, boo. Suck it up. You gotta suck it up sometimes when you in office. You gotta suck that up.
They won't let her do that. Her handlers ain't gonna let her do that. See, this is a night on her.
She's incapable, but that's all right though. I heard while I was in Atlanta last Sunday that there's a new recall out for the mayor of Oakland.
Mm-hmm. They're getting together.
They're getting together.
Getting together. Yeah. So,
city officials next.
Well, they was talking about that too.
that's why they're trying to meet with every black church in Oakland.
They not meet with me, and I'm one of the black churches in Oakland.
Well, you don't count. You don't count. You're a Republican. You're a pseudo Republican.
Oh, because I'm affiliated with Brenda, I got to be a Republican.
And I feel sorry.
You're a Republican by association.
So a guy walked up to me today and he said, I know who you are. I said, okay. I think a lot of people know. He said, I've seen you on TV. He said, well, let me tell you something. I've seen that you mentioned that you speak for ceasefire. And I said, yeah. He said, well, you're discredited right there because the person that started ceasefire murdered somebody. I said, what? Ursi Joyner. He killed that young man. All he had to do was give him his cars and his jury. He didn't have to kill him. I said, what does that have to do with this? I'm going to need you to explain that to me. I said, the fact that I'm working with people that we're supposed to be trying to save. So here's the thing. I work with the families. I work with the felons. So I'm trying to do this. So I'm going to need you to explain that. What does Ursi Joyner have to do with what's going on? And how is that discrediting the work that I'm doing? If somebody came and robbed you like that, what would you have done? Well, he should have just let him take the car and take his jewelry. I'm going to need you to go on over there because I'm not about to have this conversation. Is there anything you want to know about the recall? Because otherwise, you're going to go over there.
You sound
here's a piece of paper.
You sound like silly. Job's wife, a foolish woman, a foolish man.
I mean, there were victims that was there. This one man, he was, trying to get his point across. And I said, you got valid points, but you need to understand, you need to tell me the foundation where you feel that'll be worth even, champion behind letting people out. And there's no proven plan. In 9 months, you cannot make a plan to rehabilitate the type of people that are being let out. You have to do that first and then make a plan, but you have to have allies in the community. So he wants to argue me down. And then there was a lady that came up to sign because people were just coming. Is this a recall? Where's the pen? Give me the pen. This lady said, let me tell you something. I was robbed at gunpoint. I mean, she started crying. She said she was robbed at gunpoint and her friend, the little lady that was with her these was old ladies, was pistol whipped. And it was just the stories from these people are just horrible, and I had to tell them, I said, it's all about public safety. I said, it's not racist because I'm African-American. So you could just throw that over there. I'm not a Republican, but that shouldn't matter. Public safety, see, they throwing all these monkey wrenches into the real fact that we trying to make a difference. We trying to make our city safer. Now, if you don't want to be along with the plan, then you have to go. Well, she's only been in office for 9 months and destroyed it.
And she's made a damn fool out of herself in 9 months. What are you talking about? She only been in office for 9 months. Yeah, she has screwed a whole lot of stuff up in 9 months. Repeated felons keep getting out and keep repeating the same crimes. She's done that in 9 months. Over 32 DAs have left Alameda County since she's been in office in 9 months. So all of them are crazy. You keep allowing these guys to get out of jail. Please, really? Y'all making excuses, and Oakland and Alameda County is not getting any better. Has she made Oakland better? Has she made Alameda County better in 9 months? Let's talk about that, because the most important thing in a city ought to be public safety. People are leaving Oakland left and right. That ain't nothing being done about.
Signed a petition. He said, I just moved out of Oakland, but I'm still registered in Alameda County. I need to sign right now. He had his 2 sons with him. He said, I had to go. but I'm still registered in Alameda County. I still live in it. He said I had to leave Oakland, is what he said. I had to leave Oakland. He said for the safety of my children. And he had his sons right there with him. You know, it doesn't take rocket scientists. It is a lot of people don't pay attention to the news. A lot of the people that came were actually victims. As soon as we set up, they were coming. That's good. I had people that would come and they would stand there. I said, do you have any questions? I would answer any questions that they needed to be answered. If you don't feel the recall is right, then you just don't. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not trying to sway you, but you need to be educated. There was a better way to do this, a whole better way. Talk to the people that have worked in the field, who have been doing this work, who have talked to the families, who's talked to the felons, who's doing actual boots on the ground. You can't not engage with those people. You can't do it. It's not going to work. You could tell from Chantal, you know, they got their little cliques. You don't have cliques in government. You can't have cliques. You got to get everybody to the table in order to make it work. But if you
and when do you listen to the citizens of Oakland and Alameda County?
Neither one of them do.
They do that when it's time to vote. That's when they have meetings when it's time to vote.
Well, that's when I knew who I wasn't voting for.
Other than that, it's governed by committee or governed by proxy, but it's not government for people. And that's not just in Oakland. That's across the nation.
Correct.
You know,
and that's where we are. You are. If you support her, you support her.
That's
okay.
Right. Go ahead, because she gonna need your support.
Who is she accountable to? Who is she listening to? Because since she's doing such a great job, y'all, why is there so many people disappointed? If she's doing a great job, how did the recall come into effect? If she's doing a great job, why is there so much crime still going on in Alameda County?
She pissed
off because they're emotional people. Remember, it's the emotional people.
Yeah.
Well, I'm emotional too. I'm emotional for the parents that have lost children. I'm emotional for children who have lost parents. That's what I'm emotional about, because somebody got to care. Some pastors, some church people, some city officials got to care for the people who are left here, who are hurting with no answers, with nothing being solved. Their sons murdered. Here, Brenda, how long my nephew been deceased?
It'll be 13 years, Marty. Get it together. 13
years in December. Yes. December 31st will be 13 years. Brenda's son's murder is not solved yet. It's been 13 years.
Yeah.
Don't you think her and her daughters and her grandchildren deserve an answer? Don't you think, as hard as she advocates for other families that she don't personally know, that she has met through this struggle, don't you think that she deserves some closure? Don't you think she would want her son's murderers in jail?
Well, they're in jail. They're just not for his murder. They're in jail. They're in jail. You know, and I'm fine with that. But somebody mentioned that today. I said, this ain't about my son. This is about these other families that are under this regime right now. The families that I'm dealing with are my personal team members and families that were there. They got justice under Nancy O'Malley. And then they got injustice under Pamela Price. The unfairness in that is, sit me at a table. You need to get me to understand how you're going to ruin my life all over again. Don't tell me you don't have time to meet with me, and every other week I see you at a party. But you just changed my life. What if these families walk into a location and see these kids that have murdered their children in public, and their child is under the ground?
It's going to be some smoke.
Kids. They're not going to have grandkids. They're not going to see them get married. The prosecutor or whatever he was, he going to say, well, I understand how y'all feel. What did he say that for? I said, no, you don't. Why would you say that? You should never tell a person that lost their child, you know how they feel. I don't tell people that. I never tell a mother or father I know how they feel. You know why? Because I don't. Christopher was my child. Right. Nobody knows how I feel about the loss of Christopher but me. Because that was my child. I never tell anybody that because I don't know how they feel.
And it happened right in your face.
I know how y'all feel. No, you don't. And people are so insensitive. So I was served a cease and desist order this week. So the cease and desist, when I was asked by me and Carl had met, and he was like, so did you look at it? I was like, no. I said, because I didn't get it. He said, well, I got mine. Why you didn't get yours? I said, because I didn't get it. And so he showed me his. And the address on it was the address where Christopher was murdered at. So where'd they get that address from? Pamela Price had no problem sending her letter to my home. So where did that address come from? Y'all think this is funny? This is beginning not to be funny at all. Not at all.
It's intimidation, Brenda. It's intimidation. They know, Brenda, they know good and well you don't live at that address. They know you don't live at that address.
They know
your address is on so many forms. They know where you live. So they'll send that letter to that address is intimidation.
Yeah. And disrespectful.
And disrespectful. And incompetent.
Yeah.
It's incompetent.
Intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. They're going to keep playing. They're going to keep playing. It is what it is. That's
why the recall. And that's why the recall. Because you can't, the judge who was removed by Mayor Tao from the police commission, she said it best. She said it best. This is the most incompetent administration she has seen in 53 years. 53 years, she said.
Well, they got rid of Jim Channon, so let's see if they're going to get rid of Warshaw next. So he was removed from the police commission.
Here's a Rich Harrison said, what is the position of our California Attorney General?
Don't know yet. I will be meeting with him.
That's to come.
And I told the parents I'm gonna meet with him by myself because of the other issues that are coming up, where friends of mine are being threatened, their jobs and things are being threatened. For them not to interact with me is a problem for me. They still have open cases. This is not going to turn around tomorrow. So between now and June, when the special election, I ain't got nothing to lose right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't have nothing to lose. I started the fight. I'm going to complete the fight. But what you're not going to do is harass my friends, my associate, and you ain't going to harass me because I'm not harassing you. Now, fair is fair. A fight is a fight. You're going to fight fair or you're not going to fight at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what's going on. Yeah. Wayne, people are told that if they hold a conversation with Brenda or if they be seen around Brenda, that their company can lose funding, their 501c3 could be in jeopardy. These are the bullies, and this stuff is getting back to us. Just like someone was on there talking about, we're going to put a bunch of fake names on here to mess up the recall. Go right ahead, because it's going to be more than enough names on the signatures to win.
Marty, here's the thing that's incredible. It'd be different if these were people who were completely anti-justice. Okay? These are folks who are Democrats and progressives who are coming after you, Brenda.
Yeah.
And they say they're for the people. No. See, we better start reading who is on ballots, because all these folks who are claiming blue aren't blue. And they ain't for you. We better start reading this stuff. We better quit voting because somebody looked like you, and you better start voting because people have a track record.
Wayne, I've been saying that. I even said that in Atlanta to some of my sorority sisters and the D9 people. When we had game night on last Friday night in ATL, I was like, y'all, we got to quit voting for people because they are the same color as us. We need to vote for people that's going to do the job, that's going to hold people accountable. That's going to really take their position. gonna really take their position seriously, because I couldn't see what all these people are outspoken now, but y'all wasn't outspoken when LaRon Armstrong was being treated dirty and did nothing wrong. Right. What was y'all at? Preachers showed up one time. One time. They showed up one time.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's it's going to be interesting in 2024. It's interesting. It's going to be very interesting in 2024 because I said it, Marty, I told you this before. I think, and I know people are going to get mad when I say this, but until the Democrats take a hit and quit mishandling the black vote, it ain't going to change because they take it for granted that all they got to do is send some colored folks down to the community and talk about, oh, Donald Trump is this, or the Republicans going to send you back to Africa. Ain't nobody sending you back to Africa. What they try to do is hamstring your vote to stay with them so that they can do what they want to do. And that's how we're in the mess right now. Because people didn't check the record before they started voting for DA. That's why we are where we at right now.
Keep talking, Wayne. Keep talking.
Right.
That's why we are in the mess right. That's why we have this recall. That's why we have all these criminals being put back on the street, because all they voted for was color and not credentials. And that's the problem we're at right now.
And that's what the main thing was. Well, she's African American, so why are you recalling? I'm African American too. But the fact is, the things that are going on, we can't allow to go on. But then a lot of people don't really know what's going on. You listen to the rhetoric that's out there, and anything I say, I can repeat. I've been doing it all the time, and I'm not going to stop. But you're not going to. The things that I've built are being threatened right now, and that's a problem for me.
Yeah. And it's the folks who say they're for the community who's doing it. Because, Brenda, I told you before, follow the money. Because these folks are trying to they always use the black community when it comes to funding. They always use the stats in the black community when they try to get grants and all this kind of stuff for special social programs and social educational programs. We're trying to figure out how many criminals drink Starbucks on Tuesday, and all they go to our community to get this stuff. See, and when you start threatening that process, now they're coming after you.
Well, she threatened me, so she threatened me, and that was a problem for me. That's where it started, and that's where you got to be real careful when you messing with people that aren't messing with you. But you don't sit in a room and tell me what I'm not going to do, and I'm not even bothering you. Right. Witnesses. I mean, lady, what are you doing here? What's going on? But then you're going to disrespect everybody in the room. I don't know what her employees go through, but I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that. No, you're not going to disrespect the people that I've been working with for 6 and 7 years that are working out here in these streets, and they're trying to figure out what are you doing, because these mothers have lost their kids, but they out here in the streets working. So you're putting them in danger again. And you don't feel that they need to understand what's going on. But when you were running for office, we were 3 or 4 town halls listening to you talk rhetoric then. And that's why I would not vote for her. I didn't like the way she was treating the people in the room. And I'll say it every single time. She disrespected every one of those candidates like they weren't sitting right there. I had a problem with it. No, I didn't vote for her. I did not. I tried to be nice. I tried to work. Let's see how we can bridge the gap, because we got to help the people.
And we're not going to agree with everybody. You're not going to agree with everybody, but that's not the point. The point is, if we have to align credentials with competency. And we've got to stop voting just because somebody is the color of our skin or not the color of our skin. Either it goes both ways. So we can't keep doing that as a community and then say we want reform. You can't. Reform can only come with people that have the reform mentality. That's where it comes from. Progressive. I almost said something stupid. Progressive agendas does not mean social justice. I don't care what nobody says. It is not equivalent. Read. And quit listening to folks telling you stuff. You got to read this stuff. Fine line. There's a fine line on every agenda. You got to read that stuff.
And
Look
you're
at
right. Right?
Yeah.
We didn't carefully read.
Yeah.
We did not know that when I didn't vote for her anyway, but we did not know on her ticket that she was calling for recall. We did not know that she was going to start with these criminals. I thought you were going to do reform with the people who were in jail, and now what they went to jail for is legal, like marijuana. Exactly. And those people who are in jail have gotten 25 years to life. How about not start there with reform?
Right.
Or let's start with people who has been illegitimately tried and criminalized and put on trial for stuff they didn't do. Let's review some of those cases. Let's spend your time reviewing those cases, not creating stuff just because it's part of your personal agenda.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's a personal agenda.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you ain't lost no children. We ain't heard that. You ain't lost no child to gun violence.
Oh. Mm-mm.
Your child hasn't been murdered.
Mm.
So some people in a situation like this, I really feel like it needs to be some people in office that have experienced some of the stuff that goes on in law. They're a little more equipped to handle or even perhaps understand it. And
you have to understand where you're putting your foot at, where you placing your foot.
Yeah, it is. We get to a point where, politicians, many brands, and it's been that way since they started politics in America. But we're at a point right now where there's such division within the context of politics that every little brand has its agenda and is being promoted and being characterized as labels. And see, these labels are killing us. They label you, and so once they get that label out there, then they push that label instead of reading where a person is really coming from. See, and they may not agree with a certain platform, but the fact that they want to get voted in office, they will sign on with them, and then when they get in office, they start enacting their own personal agenda, and that's what we got going on here. And so it's not just Pamela Price either. It's across the board. It's across the board. There's school board members who need to be out the school board, who have no business being on these school boards.
Right. I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah.
Brenda, hold your head up high. We ain't you still got man Wayne, you still got a whole bunch of support.
I do. Threatening my friends and stuff. I'm not cool with that. I'm I gotta pray about that because that's not the way you do it. I've had people call me and ask me to take pictures down of me and them,
right?
Because I'm in charge of the recall. My funding has stopped for the organization, but I'm gonna work that out. Because everybody, they all are progressive, and that's okay. The friends that have decided it was in their best interest to do what they were told, it is what it is. But then when this is over, I'm gonna have to figure that one out.
Yeah.
So all progressives are on her side.
Well, everybody that was funding the foundation are on her side. So at this point, yeah.
Oh, so I get it. So when you keep letting them out, the people that's on her side got somewhere to go, huh? Oh, okay. And they need that funding coming in because the DA.
Yep.
Okay. But hell, how many of them are
not about principle? It's not about principle.
No.
How many of them are honestly these criminals have graduated from their programs? How many of them are ready to be put back in society? How many of them have completed their time in these organizations? These progressives have.
They ain't rehabilitating nobody. They're using them as stats.
Keisha said they aren't progressives. It's a trend.
And I don't know what it is. You know.
Well, you hear that?
Yeah. Girl, I tell you, it's it's hard. It's hard, when you get in a fight and everybody's all with the rah-rah, and then, it's like, okay, well, you're going to be on Brenda's side or you're going to lose your job. I can understand that. Everybody got to eat. I'm not trying to put anybody in that position, but the
sad thing, Brenda, is that they have to be put in that position. Like, you really don't have, there's really no equity. Yeah, see, there's no equity in what is called truth mandates, because if I stand for truth, if I don't stand for your truth, then you come at me. See? Yeah. Instead of everybody having their independent voice. See? And they don't like independent voices, because independent voices don't side with them, so they will bully people, and that becomes the toxicity of the political process.
And I believe that's what's going on with Brenda. Brenda, be strong. You ain't no punk. Be strong.
Oh, that's what I'm not. That's what I'm not. I'm not one of them.
They're gonna find out that
we're gonna find out.
We cut from a different cloth.
Yeah, they're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. You don't have to get down and dirty like that. I don't play them kind of games. I'm gonna be straightforward. I'm gonna be honest. If anybody asks me any questions, I'm gonna honestly tell you what's going on. And if you decide on your own, I'm not trying to sway anybody to be on any side, but what you're not going to do is keep messing with my family and the things that I built in this community. I'm not going to have it. I'm going to put up with it for so long, and then it's going to be all bad. And I can repeat it to anybody that I just said that to. That's unfair for you to do that to my friends and family. Make them choose. Even though they know I might understand that you got to eat, but that's unfair. That's the problem.
Right. This is not the mafia.
I've had people tell me that. I've had people ask me to take their pictures down because they can't associate with me because of where they work. And, I took it. I took it personal at first. And then I had to look. I'm fighting a fight. And I chose to stand up for what was right. And I'm going to continue to stand up for what's right. I'm going to have to figure that other stuff out, but I'm going to figure it out because I'm a fighter.
Right.
And these people are dependent on me to make a difference. And that's just what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to do it. It is what it is.
Hey, y'all, there's another question. Mm-hmm. Rick Harrison said, we also need to name that with the current levels of violence from our youth, our schools are ill-equipped to reform support it's a bunch of posts coming through.
I don't see that.
You don't see it? We also need to name that with the current levels of violence from our youth. Our schools are ill-equipped to reform, support, and change the trajectory for youth that are furthest from opportunity. We need to build that infrastructure.
Yeah. So the most underserved community is the schools.
That's why I said these school boards, Marty.
They're at school or they're at home.
Yeah, these school boards are out of control.
Yeah. And it's not important, and it should be. A lot of violence goes on in these schools. Way more than it needs to be, but the staff and the people that are running these schools don't have the capacity to service these kids. Because half the time they don't know what kind of kids are in their school. You got gang members in there, and then people come run up in there looking for the gang members. You got people that's beating up their parents, so other kind of stuff. And it's just, the school is, when I was in school, we was jumping up to go to school every single day. Yeah. We was jumping up. I was walking from
to
Oakland High.
We better not have a teacher call our house.
Yeah.
Bet not.
Let a teacher call your house. You be like, no, go ahead and spank me. Don't call my parents. Go ahead and spank me right now. Just get it over with. Don't call my parents, please.
Yeah, Doc.
My kids used to call me from the classroom talking about mama. I'm telling you right now, I did A, B, and C. They let me know. Use the teacher phone to call me. But then if I knew something was right, I'd come to mama, please take the teacher outside. What? Mama, please take the teacher outside. No, me and the teacher gonna talk. Because you Christopher Jones, I'm telling you, because Christopher had a disability, and I wasn't gonna allow anybody to wrong Christopher Jones. I tell you, me and the principal had the best relationship because he felt Christopher was this extraordinary student. Christopher had a first period, a second period, third, fourth, an old period, periods I didn't even know they had because he wanted to be at school. He was at school before the school was open pretty much. And when the school was closed, he was still there. He was in the concert band. He was in the orchestra. He was in the jazz band. Boy, what is going on? And I told him, I said, don't let him get in nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing. What's going on? I mean, me and that principal, we had the best relationship. And when Christopher passed away, he was so hurt. He left Castlemont. He real nice guy. You know, it is what it is. But you know, you gotta stand up for your kids. My youngest daughter, she took his death really, really hard. She tried to, commit suicide at school. And that principal has been in her life ever since she was in junior high school. When she went to college, Mr. Gordine followed her to college. She would send her report cards to him. He would send her money. To this day, he texts us twice a week, me and her. What's up, badness? Those kind of people, you touch people's lives and you never know what good it does for them. If you really care, Rich, like I know you do about your students, you continue to do the work that you're doing. You're touching lives in a way that you probably don't see it, but you are, because I'm just very proud to know you, because you are very concerned about your students and your staff. And it's overwhelming that a lot of other principals aren't those type of principal CEOs. Excuse me, he's a CEO. He ain't a principal. He's a CEO. And he just cares about the staff and the students at his schools, both of them. And if we had more people like that, we could help them in the schools. We need to stand up for, my granddaughter was 5 months old when Christopher got killed. But when she got into school, my daughter immediately got her a therapist. She had a therapist in elementary school. They have therapy in elementary school. Well, they used to.
Well, it starts early. This stuff is starting way early.
Yeah.
And
even though she didn't know Christopher, she heard so many stories.
They're overwhelmed. Too much going on. These kids walk on campus smoking marijuana and talk about what's up, cuz.
Yeah.
Right, we do.
They're going by the wayside, and it's just not the judicial system, it's the educational system, it's the home life. And I was telling someone yesterday, I said, y'all keep talking about these kids, what y'all doing for their mamas and their daddies? My mom was a single parent. She went to the skills center, she got skills, and she started working for the school district. She became a teacher's aide, but before that, she was a single parent with 3 kids, and that opportunity was there. They don't have it now. A lot of parents were teenagers having kids. So what do they have to fall back on? They didn't finish high school. They didn't get a GED. Go back and help them people too. Help the family.
Listen, I'm not for beating children. I'm not for this, maiming kids. Some of these kids do a good switch.
You right, one.
She'll line us up.
They need a grandma switch. That's what they need.
They need an auntie like I had. All she had to do was clear her throat, and we all was sitting down.
My grandma used to make us go get the switch. You didn't
my mama did too.
And Brenda, you better bring back the right switch.
No. If she was whooping one, she was whooping all of us. So we had to get 3 switches. She would braid them together, and we would stand in a line. And I would be the one that would never cry, because if I didn't do nothing, I wasn't finna cry, and she'd beat the hell out of me. You go cry, little girl, but I didn't do it.
My dad would whoop me and my brothers just to make sure he got everybody.
Yeah. I remember Shell and Sean was getting a whooping one day. It had nothing to do with me. I was just laughing at how they was hollering and screaming, and I was up under the table. My daddy told them don't move, and he came and started hitting me with the belt because I laughed at them. I'm like, but I wasn't even doing it. That was their fight. I was just watching.
You was just there.
There was 6 words me and my brother hated to hear from my mother. There were 6 words. Wait till your daddy get home.
Yeah, I didn't want to hear that one. No, we would rather get whooped by my dad than my mother because my dad didn't talk when he whooped. My mother had to give us like, didn't I tell you?
That's it. It was a word with every hit.
Oh my God. Daddy just go over there and knock the hell out of you, and you be over there hyperventilating.
My mama be out of breath. She be whooping with everybody just like that.
I'm like, Dolores, really? All right.
And
so we'll pick up. Go ahead.
No, I said you turned out okay. Other than your twitches, you'll be all right.
Yeah, I turned out pretty decent, man. Pretty decent. Hey, y'all, we're gonna turn it. We're gonna let Wayne and Brenda go. We will pick up from here.
I got a client upstairs. Her hair is
go ahead. So next week we're gonna get Brenda and Wayne off. It'll be me and Pastor Ivy next week, and the young ladies that will be preaching in the Preachers Gospel Bowl on next Saturday.
All right. Y'all bringing the sisters on. All right.
We bringing the sisters on. We see y'all next week. Peace, Brenda and Wayne. I'll see y'all later on.
Bye.
Can you pause me? All right.
Praise the Lord.
Poison, what's up, Paul?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm yet holding on. How you doing?
Man, I'm holding. Ooh, it sounds great. Poison, you using your phone?
I'm using the computer.
We want that going.
So what now?
Echoing.
I don't know, Reverend.
It's also echoing out too.
I don't hear it at all. What's up with this lighting? Okay, the lighting. Okay, I have to sit back.
That's an echo. Turn your volume.
Is that better?
I hope so. No, it's not better.
I don't hear echo at all.
You don't hear, but we hear the people even saying that it's an echo that's in the comments. All right.
Hold on,
Y'all, it's a delay too.
Yeah, it is a delay.
Can you sign off and sign back on?
I don't know. I had the hardest time trying to sign on. Okay. Oh, oh Lord. Okay.
It's sign them off and you just sign back on, Poison. He's still look at it, he's still at the bottom. He's still in the green room. Sign off, Poison. There we go. He's a smart brother minister. All right, you all. Come on, you all. We back. I just took a 5-minute break. We ready to talk for like the next 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. Because I got to get back to studying. And I got to get my stuff to my media team. All right. Come on, Pastor Elliot Ivy. All right. Carol, hopefully it'll be all right when he signed back on. All right, you all. Come on, let people know we back on. We didn't sign off. We didn't sign off at all. We back on. All right, there he is right there. All right, Poison. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. So you all, next Sunday will be our second annual Preach Hers Gospel Bowl. It will be next Sunday. Will be our second annual Preach Hers Gospel Bowl that will take place at 1028 West Grand at 3 p.m. Now listen, let me tell y'all something. We start on time. And my daughter Yanni is preaching, and then you have Erica Godfrey, Reverend Erica Godfrey. Then you have Reverend Shanice Chriswell, and then you have the evangelist Jackie Melton. They are preaching for us, and Pastor Ivy and myself are the coaches. We sit back and we push the preachers. And when you saying something, you're going to get pushed. All right. Now, when you ain't saying nothing, I don't know about all that. All right. Okay. Come on, Pastor Ivy.
Is it okay now?
It's fine for you, just not me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited about next Sunday. We would still have Pastor Donna Allen with us, but her schedule would not allow her to be with us this year. But we're excited about next Sunday and the years to come, and celebrating these preachers, and want to illumine and enlighten people to what the Lord is doing in the lives of these women, and certainly the Lord is usually. So I'm excited to be and partner with Pastor Peters and Victory and the Church of Restoration gets together, and people from all over come, and we're not there all day. but we do hear quality words, several quality words from these women of God. And so I'm looking forward to that.
Now, y'all, last year we did fill up the building, and there was about 3,500 people watching the live stream. We will be live stream again. It will go from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. 2 hours is good enough. All right. It will be from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. As a matter of fact, we're probably going to start at 2:59 so that we can be accurate and on time. It was great last year. There was no dress code. Pastor Ivy and I actually had on slacks with our preachers t-shirts on. Our preachers t-shirt with each one of the young ladies on our chest. And we were proud and glad. They preached their tails off last year. We even had Pastor Theo Wilkes and about 10 of them. It was about
Theo Wilkins.
Wilkes.
And
Yes.
several of his ministers and members came up from Los Angeles, man, and that was exciting. And we owe them still.
We do.
That, Marty?
We owe them. We owe them. They came all the way from Los Angeles. He bought 10 male and female preachers all the way from Southern California. They took that ride up and hung out with us. And Pastor Ivy is correct. We do owe them a visit. We do owe them a visit. Maybe we can surprise them in there on the next thing they have. And that we fly down. We ain't driving now. We're just gonna go ahead and fly down. We get there in an hour. Get there in an hour. So, Poison, what are you excited about this year about the Preacher's Ball?
To sit there with my mouth over the maze like I was last year. After Yanni got that doggone Yanni, that little girl, she get on my nerves, bro. Because
he affectionately calls his niece that little girl, y'all. That's what he calls it.
She has wonderful insight into the text, and she has the power of the Holy Spirit, and that's a great combination in my opinion.
Yeah,
and,
she got the Holy Ghost.
Yes, sir. Their insight. I'm always excited because I discovered that women have a different look at a text than we do, and it's excited to experience that. So I was just amazed, and I was happy it went well last year. And this year is the same group, but next year we plan to expand it some. And rearranged like Bishop Barnes does, and Bishop Cobbs did, and they have done in the bowls over the years throughout this country. So we're looking forward to that. To it.
And also, you all, we I'm gonna say this, and I'm probably gonna get in trouble, but y'all know it's okay with me. But you all, I've discovered that some people don't know what preaching is, and I'm gonna be real nice about this. Preaching to me, and I have a degree in religion. I have a Bachelor of Science in religion from Morris Brown College. And this is, you all, preaching is I open up the Bible and God gives me some points, a narrative or whatever about the scriptures that I'm reading and the text that God has given me. That's what preaching is. In my opinion, preaching is expounding on the text that God gave you. Or we say that God is expounding. It's pulling out. It's not eisegete, it's exegete. Pulling out. Eisegete is what I see in the text. Exegete is what Jesus says about the text. What God says about the text. What the Holy Spirit has given you about the text. And we're very careful because we're expositional preachers. We're very careful at who we bring. We're very careful of who try to bully us into bringing people. Because you all, I've discovered some things that you all think is preaching is not really preaching. You may disagree. That's okay. It's not your bowl. You may disagree. And go ahead and bring your own bowl. Do your own thing. But at the end of the day, preaching is, I'm going to read John 14, 1 through 8. And I'm going to deal with those verses. That's what preaching is, you all. Go ahead. All right,
I agree with you. It's making the book talk. And, excuse me, you don't have to add to that or take away from it. The Bible is so powerful and potent. It's very easy to twist up, which is why it requires study and preparation. So these ladies that we have on this bowl, they are guilty of making the book talk and not having to stretch it or make it smaller than what it is. They believe in preaching the Bible, and it takes nothing away from them at all. So
no,
I'm excited about that. I'm excited.
And they enjoy Ivy. They enjoy preaching just like men enjoy preaching. For so long, all the bowls have been about men preachers. Men preachers. It's every bowl you have. It's always about. Even Yanni has preached since she's been preaching. She has preached in 2 bowls. She's preaching a Thanksgiving bowl. Her and I, Pastor Ivy, Pastor Wheelock, Pastor Cobbs Jr., along with some other female preachers in San Francisco. But Yanni also preached at St. Mark, and out of 5 preachers, Yanni was the only female on there. But when I tell you that, in words of Ivy, that little girl, oh my God, even Raynard Hillis and Kevin Barnes was like, listen, I ain't even got to preach. If she didn't preach, I'm fine. I ain't even got to preach. Go ahead, let them up. I ain't even got to preach. It got real dark in there.
Yeah. She doesn't play. Her and Jackie Melton is my good friend, but Jackie Melton is one of the Lord's best preachers.
She is
thoughtful, very thoughtful. Jackie just started at Virginia Union, Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology, and but she has always had a mind that was. You would think that she had been to a seminary already, but Jackie is one of the most thoughtful preachers. Erica is one of the most thoughtful preachers. Shanice for me, I can't say the word on your show, but she like my nigga. Shanice is, she is a hardcore preacher, and she does not play. And to know Doc, to know how silly she is and that sort of thing. But when it comes to that sacred desk and that sacred text, she is not playing. And I appreciate everything about all of them. And
we all have a silly relationship, 4 different silly relationships with all of them.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? This year, well, I guess it's the same as last year. Erica is the only non-hooper.
She is.
We're going to see if we can push her this year. I got a pen. I'm going to stick it.
Yeah. Now, she going to need oxygen when she get finished, because she going to be like, hey, brother, you got some water? You got some oxygen?
Now, Reverend, it get good and hot at the Church of Restoration, Reverend. So we're going to have to make sure we keep them doors open and
fans on.
I don't know what happened at by 12:30 at the Church of Restoration. It's like, all right, all the air leaves out of the building. But y'all come on prepared. We're going to have some extra fans this year. Praise the Lord.
Okay.
Now, I wonder, Alex is there. Is it going to be a problem to have this broadcast on both Church of Restoration and Victory's page? Will it be a problem? We can talk about it later. I just thought I'd throw it out there because I'm forgetful.
I don't think so, because you guys use straight Ethernet. We use straight Wi-Fi.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah. No plugins for us.
Cool.
We don't go nowhere near the back.
The back. Oh, yeah.
We serve the God up front.
Listen, there's a jungle back there in the back, Doc.
That's why we
trip over that. Doc, you trip over one cord, it's all over. it's all over. It's dog. What we doing?
No, we serve the God up front. Like we serve the God up front. So yes, sir. It's gonna be great. We're gonna work it out. But for those of you that are out of town that will be watching this re-air, Pastor Ivy and myself, forgive us for the echo. We don't know where that came. Well, we do know where it came from. Came down there from the west. It don't happen out in the east, but it in the west down there. All right. So we look forward to seeing if some of the young ladies could be on with us on next Saturday. Pastor Abby and myself will have the whole hour and 15 minutes, and we're going to try to bring the girls on with us next week, the preachers, in the second annual Preachers Gospel Bowl. All right. I'm tired now. I have not preached at Victory Church in 3 weeks, and I look forward to preaching tomorrow. Yeah, first Sunday, Ambrose preached. Second Sunday, Ivy preached. Last Sunday, I was in Atlanta. Yanni preached, and I must preach on tomorrow. All roads lead. 1028 West Square, 12 noon. All right, again, we invite you next Sunday, which will be October 29th at 1028 West Square. All roads lead to the Church of Restoration. All right.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, Doc.
Yeah. Hey, man, hold on. Pastor Wayne Jackson said, I appreciate you, brothers, taking the position of pro-female preachers. Keep it up. Your leadership and voices are needed. Thanks, Wayne.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, man. Yeah. Because there are still, in 2023 in the Bay Area, there's still some guys that have problems with female preachers. We don't even have to call them female. Let's just call them preachers.
Preachers.
Do you all know now that a woman is the moderator for the Home and Foreign Mission District Association?
Yep.
And she can preach.
You know what, Marty? I remember when I first got here and I met the Bryces and I met Daddy Bryce. He said, now, son, you believe in women preachers? I said, no, sir. He said, oh, no, now. Oh, no, now. And that's going to be my response to Negroes in 2023. They're going to be like, I ain't no women going to preach for me. Oh, no, now.
That's good. That's good.
I once was that person. I was that person. You know?
Yeah.
And thank God for enlightenment. Thank God for the revelation of God's word. I didn't have to find another book. You know, it wasn't something I learned in a seminary. It's just my personal time with God and experience with other people that has blessed me tremendously. And I'm so grateful God has evolved me in the way that God has. And so I'm looking forward to it. And I'm not knocking anybody who doesn't believe. You know, I'm not saying you're wrong and I'm right. But what I am saying, or that you're going to hell or anything like that. But I'm just saying I've been enlightened and I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Some of my closest friends are wrestling with it. It used to be an absolute no, but now it's a wrestle, which means, oh no, nah, oh no. so we look forward to it, man. We look forward to what God is doing.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. Roosevelt Keys III said, "It's not just out there."
Oh, congratulations to my cousin. You know, Roosevelt is my cousin. He's the newly elected pastor of the St. Luke Baptist Church in Nashville. Congratulations, cousin Square.
Congratulations, Keys. Congratulations, Doc. Yes, sir. And you said in Nashville?
Yeah, Nashville, yeah.
I like Nastyville. Yeah, I like Nastyville.
I got that look good.
I tell you. I'll tell you later, Doctor. I don't know about that. All right.
I guess we
before
now.
we get started, we're going to sign up, y'all. We look forward to seeing you all on next Sunday at the Church of Restoration for the preachers. Come ready to church, not come be in judgment. Steve Roosevelt said we need Jesus, Doc. Come on. Come on, don't be a judge. We're not here to judge you. If you don't believe in and support women in ministry, that's not what our goal is. Our goal is to utilize the voices in the Bay Area. And they are some voices that need to be heard in the Bay Area. In the personality of our four preachers that will be preaching on next week. All right, y'all, peace out. I got to get ready for church tomorrow.